Okay, then. So doing the face plate, the face mask, and the Iron Man system. And this is the coil wrapped up. I use a template file to, not template actually, I try to recreate the template I can. And what I did was manually put it to my face and then cut it out as much as I thought that it would fit and be symbolic to the Iron Man's ship system. So now the thing is to use the rubber, contact rubber, to contact this. I'm going to use transparent and go through the line, so I left without tape places where I could add glue on to stick to remain, and then take the tape off and add the most, and then add 2 flexi rods in here and a flexi rod in here, and then an attachment of a flat bar of aluminum here, and the flat bar extends to up here for the nose. It bends, curves, and goes straight up here, and then a crossbar would attach to there. That will make these like tuning forks here. So the connection that is going to cross right here is going to be like flexi bars, tuning forks that's going to oscillate here and here, and that's going to be a crossbar attached to it for its resistance and hold. And then right down here is where it's going to be the flat bar aluminum block, and then one that curves this way and one that curves this way. So they're going to be separated, but each one is going to have graphene powder coupled to it, and with resin, each one is going to have copper on within the graphite of the graphite surfaces within the depth submerged under the graphite fluid liquid, and then I'm going to add silicon carbide. The graphite is to add more flux to the aluminum. That is going to be the first foundation within the air gap of the gorge. See, it's spun around here, and then because I can divide it into the two with a knife and cut, and then insert the piece, widen it and insert the piece. I'm going to add iron wire across here, thin iron wire, so it blends seamlessly, and parallel them above one above another, so it can be nice and smooth finish for that, for the iron wire. Then I'm going to add aluminum wire and do the same across it all the way up. And see how I have it, and I have these are 2-phase wires. So this is another one. This begins another one. This begins one with one. So this is the phase wire, and you will see 3 wires. So that's 1, 2, 3, which means that that the discontinuation of one wire and the continuation of another. So the space goes up proportionally, and then it follows up. So yeah, yeah, that's the next thing to do. And once I put the flat bars in, and I couple them in together, and then I do the following. This can be coated with starting with silicon carbide. After I do the wiring, silicon carbide, and then another film of aluminum, another film of aluminum, and then what I plan to do is add I could dip it in solder, liquid solder, thermal liquid solid melt. I could in aluminum powder. I can melt aluminum powder down and dip it in aluminum powder, and it should catch on to all different parts. If I use silicon carbide and then add on the silicon carbide a flux, to use the solder flux, and just rub it into all the parts, all around it, and then dip it, and it should be able to catch. And I can just lift it out, and it should be able to catch all of it onto the surfaces to couple with this in total aluminum. So and then I can drill holes and put knitting oil in the front and in the back to couple to both sides. I guess that's all.